What up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today it's day 6 and we are just going ahead and getting all the things done here. And I will say later on in the video there is a moment where we had a really good deficit. We were like 170k and the enemy was 186, and we actually survived it with 1% hit points. So stick tuned for that. We'll slow it down just so you guys can see that. But yeah, we're just continuing doing things, leveling up our Phantomons here, working on all the little red dots that show up, all the daily stuff. We got a book there, so we were able to get a new companion. Just completing quests, turning in things, doing, you know, the usual daily things that we do every day, just going through all the different menus, getting all the stuff, doing skill draws, stuff like that. We got quite a bit of good stuff there today. Kind of running with a effect hit setup here. We kind of do a lot of things a little earlier as time moves on here, and we get further and further into the game here. Everything will start slowing down for how much things there is to do. So the videos will be a lot shorter, so I won't need to necessarily speed them up, because this one was just about hour and 10 minutes. The longest ones I've had were closer to 2. So I figured the fast forward here is probably a good way to just, you know, you guys can see what I'm doing without having to sit here and watch like an hour of me play this game. For example here, we're just doing our guild hits, buying all the stuff. So we have actually bought everything out that we can buy out this week. So we're going to be doing we do the free donation and then the 2 additional donations after that for the guild there. And we're just going to be saving up, working on getting through all the passes. For the growth trial there, we got our guy going on in the background to do the things. We got a potion today, so we were able to unlock another zone. We got another experience boost there. Working on doing the second hit for the boss, getting our pet summons. We did get our Moppy, which is huge for us, so that's our first legendary, throwing him up in there. Once we can get the 7-day little growth thing done, we do get a pet selection chest there, and the only pet worth grabbing out of that entire chest is Kells, because Kells is the only one you can't get from the tree other than the 2 mythicals. So you want to go ahead and grab Kells right away when you get that option, because it's going to save you so much time in the long run. Every week you should be buying all the shards for Kells to get it to mythic, so that way it'll become an adult. More power that way. It also has a really good ability where it does a 20% defense debuff when it's on the field, as well as it can remove buffs from your enemies here. And we're just clearing the map, going through things here in Cinder Ridge, pushing, trying to get caught back up, because we did lose a day. We did reach our first level lock, which is level 54 by the end of this, but we're like 3 hours away from getting level 54. So when we go to do the next day's recording, we should be able to be 54. We should hit 180k power and just keep pushing, man. We just got to get on every day, do our daily stuff, and spend our gold into our shop. We did get 5 refreshes. We're sitting on like 200 gold here by the end of it all. I do believe getting our relic summons. Relics are always great to do. I am sitting on a little over like 9k, almost 10k Donium. So what we might do is start pulling relics, because relics are going to help us out a lot. A super ton. Leveling up our Phantomons some more here as we get stuff on, get more gear. We're going to start doing dungeon runs here soon, I believe. We do get our first Lavaborn piece, and we did pick the staff here. Always choose your weapon. I feel it's always good, because it's going to boost your damage overall, and more damage is helpful for clearing out the content. A good second one, in my opinion, would be the boots to get your speed up, because speed does play a big role in how many times you get to do your turn before the enemy. And anytime you get an opportunity to go before the enemy is always a great thing, because then you can get damage out, and in turn you can reduce your damage taken as well as increase your damage output. Here we go, doing our dungeons. Not too bad on the wait time today for the dungeons, actually. So it was really good. All S ranks, first try, everything was great. Especially the first few, we had like almost a 200k sage with us, and yeah, it went super great. We always got an upgrade. We did get an upgrade for the staff that we decided not to put on until we got our mythic. And it was one that had a bunch of effect hit rate, which was fantastic, but Unfortunately, we need the mythic slots to get the gear power and the overall power to start clearing content a little bit more effectively. We're not a paladin, so we can't tank some of the stuff like we can. My paladin is crazy tanky when I need him to be. I have some really great setups. I do plan to make another video for him for a couple, at least one or two different builds that I've put together, and maybe future talking about the Guardian class and kind of what my thoughts are there as we move forward here. A couple more minutes left of the video here, getting more of our dailies done, things leveled up. We did run into a problem today. I did not have a lot of the rare ore, the red ore there, and for so long my offhand was sitting there under leveled. You know, it needed to be leveled up, but I could level up, excuse me, the rest of my gear there. But I didn't want to because I wanted to get that 45 or 50, yeah, 45 I believe it was, to get the resonance bonus. So much. I was really hopeful that we would hit our mythic here on the 3 out of the 4 runs, but we literally were shy 1 shard, and I was a little upset about it, but it is what it is, you know. Once we hit hard, I think it's going to give us a lot more shards every day, so not a big deal. This isn't like Aqualis with, you know, normal, hard, and nightmare, where nightmare you have to pretty much get right when it comes out. Otherwise, you know, the divine pieces, you're not going to be able to get one without, you know, with Hellhold being right behind the corner there. It like the timing for some of the Aqualis dungeons is so small for you to be able to get things. So in my opinion, as a free to play, get your mythics from hard mode, because you're almost more often than not going to get an S rank there. Nightmare is very, very difficult. You have to spend more time to try and get at least an A or better, and it's going to take you longer because it only gives you 8 shards on an S clear for Nightmare, where you can get, I believe, 10 shards for your mythic, and I think your mythic will be better off because then you can hit Hellhold instead. Like, you only need 2.25 million for Hellhold, so if you get your mythics ahead of time, and then go that route instead of trying to get the divine, I think you'll be better off in the long run, you know, time wise. But if you could do nightmare, man. But kind of, you know, see where you're at, see where the timing is. I feel a lot of the time as a free to play, you're going to be better off going into the hard mode, not even worry about nightmare, and just get your 4 or 5 pieces of mythics. If you're doing things decently, you know, you're spending your extra Donium on your relics, because your relics are probably going to be one of your more important things, and it's a lot cheaper than skills and a lot cheaper than your Phantomons. It costs $800 to do 100 pull of the blues, and if you can get all the blues done for each of the locations, that's going to give you so much power, because that's going to complete a lot of sets. And while you're pulling those blues, it's going to give you purples and, you know, chances at legendaries, mythic here or there. Like that's where you should be using your extra Donium, but keep enough to where you can do your daily stuff, your guild contributions, your material realms, you know, your 2 extra dungeons. Make sure you keep enough and that you make enough to do that every day. Do not go crazy with it. I would say keep around 4K on hand at all times. Maybe push around 3, depending on how much of the market you're playing and, you know, how much stuff you're actually selling on there. You might be able to get away with a little bit more there, but I think a good basis, try to keep around 3 to 4K on hand from day to day, because you're only going to get so much Donium. Try to be in a good guild. You're going to get some Donium there from the arena. You're going to get some stuff from, you know, guild clashes and things like that. We overwent past the thing. I was just got all on a tangent there, but either way, you know, we got our crucible done. We're knocking everything else out. We're pretty much wrapping up for the day here for the run. But yeah, it was a lot of good progress today. We're just shy of level 54. We're sitting at 170,000 power. We got a legendary Phantomon, and yeah, we're just waiting for the next day now. Right here, I think coming up is where we are going to slow this down. I'm doing recording, that's why. Okay, it's fine. Right there, we got that 170k to 187,000 differential there. As you can see, we had to heal a bunch here. We were pretty low. I think we healed like 3 times in this location, so we're kind of low. on our healing supplies here. Sorry, I had a big yawn. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning for me. So apologies there, but yeah, we got the relic there for Cinder Ridge, for keeping ourselves cool and everything for the hot zones. Leveling up our card a few more times and making sure we're focusing gold in our wood and our stone. Got a mythic relic there. Fantastic. Just kind of slotting things where we think is necessary. I got speed primarily in there, and then stuff like that. So yeah, guys, that's about it. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.